Hello, welcome back to Delectable You. Today we are making some roasted root vegetables. I know it's still summer, but the fall is rearing its little head around the corner, and when it does, we're going to be ready with these roasted root vegetables that are going to keep us nice and grounded. We are going to do beets and carrots and sweet potatoes, but you can pick any root vegetable that you'd like, and we're going to season them with thyme and coriander and sage, salt and pepper, and olive oil. And you can eat them hot, you can serve them as a side, you can serve them as an appetizer, but you can also put them in the fridge, cool them down, and then put them on a salad. And you can make it your summer salad with your root vegetables. So let's get started. All right, so grab yourself a yam or a sweet potato. I'm using a yam because I love the orange color, but you can use a sweet potato too. And make sure that you wash it really well and dry it too, because oil and water do not mix very well. You probably already know that. And then I'm going to leave the skin on. I'm just going to chop the ends of the potatoes off. And I'm also going to chop anything that doesn't look so lovely on the side off. So now I'm just going to slice about 1/2-inch slices. And then we're going to cut these into cubes. Just like that. Then I'm going to put them on a pan. All right, smooth everything down, and now let's move on to our carrots. So I'm actually going to peel the carrots. I like to take the skins off the carrots just to get some of the maybe pesticide residue out. I left the sweet potato skins on because I like the texture and I like the taste, and they get nice and crunchy in the oven. That's why I washed it. So if you don't like the skins on the sweet potatoes, you can peel them off. And if you do, just make sure you wash it like we did. So let's peel these carrots and then let's chop them up. So we're using 2 medium-sized carrots. Let's chop the ends off. Chop these ends off. And just make them about 1/2 inch thick. If you like more carrots, you can put more carrots. I'm not a huge carrot fan. All right, add these to your pan. Spread those around. All right, finally, let's move on to our beets. Our beets have beet greens attached to them, and most people throw these away, but you do not need to throw these away. You can wash them and you can saute them just like you would kale or spinach or any other kind of vegetable. So don't throw them away. Chop them off and set them aside. All right, so now we're going to want to just rinse the mud off these beets, and then we're going to peel them. All right, so I've rinsed them off, and I'm using a paper towel to pat them dry because beets stain like nobody's business, so you don't want to get this on a tea towel. Also, because beets stain, if you have any gloves or anything that you can use while you're peeling them and chopping them, do so. If you don't, I'm just using a regular grocery bag because my hands are going to get really stained red if I don't use it. So just peel this like you would peel a carrot. It's a little bit more awkward, but you can do it. Okay, beets are peeled. I've got one red hand and one not red hand. So I've got 3 beets here. We might not use all of them. It depends how much room there is on the pan, and it depends how much you like beets. So just cut off the end, and we might make the cubes a little smaller, like 1/4 inch. Okay. like this. put them on the pan with their friends. All right, so I ended up using 2 beets, 2 carrots, and 1 giant sweet potato. Left the skins on the sweet potato, but we peeled the beets and we peeled the carrots. So let's season this. We're going to put this in an oven for 375 degrees Fahrenheit, set for 375 Fahrenheit for 30 minutes. But we need some seasoning first. So let's take some coriander. Let's say half a teaspoon to start with. You know me, I don't usually measure. I just kind of throw it around like that. And we're going to take about a teaspoon of dried thyme. And let's do about a half a teaspoon of sage. If there's a spice that you like more than the other, you can add more of it. If there's a spice that you don't like, just leave it out or switch it for a different one. And then let's add probably about a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon of ground black pepper. And of course, some salt. So I just take a few pinches of salt, which probably works out to about half a teaspoon to a teaspoon, but I like my salt. And finally, let's add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And get your hands dirty. You're going to mix this all around so that all the spices and all the oil get incorporated into all of the vegetables. And then spread them out along the pan, because the vegetables that are going to be touching the bottom are going to get nice and caramelized on the bottom, and they're going to be delicious. All right, it's time to go in the oven. Remember, 375, 30 minutes. All right, we've got our vegetables. And just grab yourself a fork, because what you want to do is make sure that they're nice and tender. That's how you test them. And these are ready to go. So I'm actually going to cool these in the fridge because I would like to make a light salad, because it is still hot. It is still summer, but you can eat them hot too, remember? And that's it. That's all you need to do. So pick your favorite root vegetables, put them on a pan, put your favorite spices on them, olive oil, salt, and pepper, 375 in the oven for 30 minutes, and you'll have deliciousness and stuff that's really good for you too. So enjoy this recipe. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you next time.